This morning we witnessed the most important development in the conflict between the Kurdish PKK rebels and the Turkish government in about 14 years. Not since 1999, when the PKK leader Abdullah Öcalan was captured, have we seen a breakthrough as important as what happened today. Essentially what happened was that Öcalan, who is being held in solitary confinement in a prison cell on an island just off Istanbul, made a declaration. He issued it to a crowd of hundreds of thousands of Kurds gathered in Diyarbakir in southeast Turkey, which is the de facto Kurdish capital. It's a very Kurdish city. And in this announcement that was delivered by Kurdish politicians, Öcalan said, there's a ceasefire, it's time for politics, it's not time for guns, and that he wanted the PKK's fighters to withdraw from Turkey to northern Iraq. Now, this is not peace breaking out overnight. It is the first step, potentially, in something really quite significant. It's perhaps the beginning of a peace process. What seems to have happened is that Öcalan has changed during all those years that he was in jail. He's not talking about Kurdish independence anymore. He is talking about Kurds living in Turkey, but within a more democratic Turkey, with more cultural rights, being able to speak their language more freely, being able to go to their local councils and speak Kurdish there, and indeed for Kurdish officials to have more regional autonomy. Now, there are huge obstacles in the way of a settlement which lasts. Firstly, there are all those PKK fighters who've been fighting for what they hoped was a Kurdish state, who may find it very difficult to settle for less than that, because the dream of Kurdistan is an enormously strong one. And the second question is whether the Turkish government is really prepared to compromise with the Kurds so that this withdrawal of PKK fighters to northern Iraq really does materialize into something more significant. On one side, the Prime Minister of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, is running for the presidency. He's widely believed to want to be president next year. And of course, if he can go to the Turkish people and say, look, I've delivered this amazing peace with the Kurds, then that strengthens his hold on power in Turkey. But there again, on the other side, there are lots of nationalists in Turkey who would quite happily go on fighting the PKK till it was extinguished. And Mr. Erdogan, the Prime Minister, has to decide what kind of leader is he going to be? Is he going to win the Nobel Peace Prize, if you like, and deliver some lasting settlement with Öcalan on his island off Istanbul? Or is he going to buy time, deliver a short-term ceasefire, but not really change things on the ground, not release political prisoners in jail, for example, not really implement democratic reforms in southeast Turkey? So I'm adding a bit of caution here. I think today is an enormously exciting development, potentially, but it is early days. It is the first and perhaps the most promising step we've seen in a very long time.